28th Conference of the Parties was a landmark event in global climate governance, held in late 2023. For competitive exams, it is often cited as the beginning of the end of the fossil fuel era. 1. Origin and context. What is COP? It is the supreme decision-making body of the UNFCCC, United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, an agreement signed in 1992. Establishment. The first COP, COP1, was held in Berlin, Germany, 1995. COP28 host, Dubai, United Arab Emirates, UAE, from November 30 to December 13, 2023. President. Dr. Sultan Al Jaber, the first CEO of an oil company to lead a COP presidency, which was a point of significant global debate. 2. Key features and functions. COP28 was unique because it hosted the first ever Global Stocktake, GST, a report card on how well the world has performed since the 2015 Paris Agreement. Global Stocktake, GST, a periodic review mechanism to assess collective progress towards the 1.5 degrees Celsius goal. The conclusion was that the world is not on track. The UAE Consensus, the final agreement that, for the first time in 30 years of climate talks, explicitly called for transitioning away from fossil fuels. 3. Major outcomes and interrelated facts. For exams, focus on these 5 big-ticket items: a loss and damage (L&D) fund. Function: to provide financial assistance to vulnerable nations facing irreversible damage from climate change, e.g., rising sea levels. Status: operationalized on the first day of COP28. Host: temporarily hosted by the World Bank for 4 years. Initial funding: around $700 million was pledged, led by UAE, Germany, and others. B. Global Renewables and Energy Efficiency Pledge. Targets: triple global renewable energy capacity to at least 11,000 gigawatts and double the rate of energy efficiency improvements by 2030. India's stance: India did not sign this specific pledge, citing concerns over unabated coal language, though it already has national targets that align with these goals. C. Global Goal on Adaptation, GGA, feature, introduction of the Emirates Framework for Global Climate Resilience. Goal: to push countries to have national adaptation plans by 2025 and implement them by 2030. The Green Credit Initiative. Origin: launched by PM Narendra Modi, India, and the UAE. Function: a pro-planet initiative to create a global platform for exchanging innovative environmental programs, like afforestation and water conservation, and awarding credits for environment-positive actions. E. Methane reductions. Over 150 countries have now joined the Global Methane Pledge, aiming for a 30% reduction by 2030. India is not a signatory, as methane is a major byproduct of its massive agricultural sector. 4. Competitive exam summary table. Fact category. Key information. Theme: Unite, Act, Deliver. Members: 198 parties, 197 countries plus European Union. India's contribution. Proposed to host COP33, 2028, launched Lead IT 2.0. Next hosts: COP29, Baku, Azerbaijan; COP30, Belém, Brazil. Emission goal: reduce GHG emissions by 43% by 2030, from 2019 levels. Interrelated trivia. LED IT 2.0, India and Sweden launched the second phase of the Leadership Group for Industry Transition, focusing on low-carbon technology transfer to emerging economies. The 1.5 degrees Celsius limit. COP28 reaffirmed that limiting warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius is essential to avoid the worst impacts of climate change, but the GST showed a massive emissions gap. Would you like me to create a comparison of the Kyoto Protocol, 1997, versus the Paris Agreement, 2015, to help you understand the historical evolution of these COPs?